Hi lovelies, I'm Christina with Sanctuary Within You, and welcome to my weekly readings. This week we're going to do 3 piles as usual, but first I have something really yummy to tell you. I am doing 11 days of Christmas because 11, we all love angel numbers, right? New beginnings, new starts, being the leader of your life. That is starting tomorrow, Wednesday, and you can find it in 2 places, okay? So these will be deals, one single deal every day, and these are deals that are never gonna come back, either as the prices they are or even as the offer as they are. So 11 different deals starting tomorrow, the 14th, going through the 24th. Of December. So you can find them in 2 ways. On my Instagram, sanctuary.within. You can find them in stories. I won't do posts about all of them. So in stories, you have to look. I'm Pacific time, so they will be posted in the morning between 6 and 9 a.m. Pacific time. And you'll have until midnight Pacific time to catch that deal, and then it will be gone forever. So Instagram stories, and also in my Facebook group. It's a Facebook/groups slash sanctuary.within.you. I'll put all the links below. You can find them in there too. I will put them up there in the mornings as well. Okay, so I can't wait to give you all these yumminess. And one of them will be a completely amazing and crazy deal on mentorship. So if you have been thinking about working with me for a longer time, that will be in there too. So I'm just giving you a heads up for that one. All right, so let's start. Today I have, let's see here, 3 crystals. So we have the Pyrite, really good for creativity. And I have the Lapis Lazuli for all the kings and queens vibes and decision making. And I have the Velvet Malachite for that wholeness and full abundance in your life. So those are the 3 to choose from. So take a deep breath and choose what is here for you for messages this week. Okay, so starting with pile number 1, the Pyrite. All right. Let's see. Let's move these out of the way. Pile number 1. Okay, your center cards. I'm doing the center cards today from 2 different decks. Let's see. This one and this one. They're so gorgeous. The first one is the Explorer, and the second one is Breaking the Chain. Okay. So, and then I'm going to do tarot as well. I have the way to write. So for you, for this Pyrite here, the Explorer. Okay, first message that just came in. There is a heart at the bottom of here, and the first message that I just felt was that you need to get into your heart and intuition and trust it. It's coming through super clear and super strong. You are here to break the chain. This is ancestral patterns and healing that. If you've been around me for a while, or if you're new, welcome. When you are around me, when you work with me, you know that every single person that I work with, we go to the core of everything. We look into and break ancestral limiting patterns, as well as generational deep wounds and trauma. And to really fully come into who you are here to be, to really just lock into your soul journey. And that can only always be done from your heart and intuition. Our soul speaks through us through intuition. We're here to live our full potential. And so many of us are just running around and just, in this physical world, which is beautiful, but also in our head. And our head is limited. Our head is not connected to our soul consciousness. So we have to go so much deeper. And if you chose this pile, you definitely are. With this Breaking the Chain card, that is just super powerful. But it's telling you to go deeper, explore all those realms. From your heart, so that you can gain the higher perspective. When we are following our soul journey, we are really looking, what is our soul purpose? We all have a deep soul purpose and gifts in this life that we came here to do, that we contracted ourselves to come here to do. And so this is for you. You are someone that is doing this, or that has had a really strong calling, pulling lately or for a while to do this, or someone that has just had enough with life as it has been, and you're just ready to take that next step. You're ready to up level, really ready to go for it. Okay, so let me see the other cards for you here. Yes, you are ready to, let's see here. Whoa, okay. Let me just pull out all the cards first. We'll start with these ones. Okay, as the second, or the third rather, center card is the Hierophant. This, as I pull this is you being your own teacher, okay? You being the portal for the masses. We're all here to express our gifts in some way or another. So this is for you to really see and dive deeper into being that. And that's what you find within you, that strength, that beauty to really trust and act from this place. And when you learn to do this and cut out everything else and say no to everything else and just focus on you, your path to your dreams, nothing can stop you. So this is for you to step into being that person for yourself. For some of you, it's also definitely a calling to work with a coach or a mentor, or to take a course that you've always, not always, but lately been drawn to, something like this, so that you can get help getting into that space yourself. I love investing in coaches and mentors myself. I do that a lot because it helps me keep that energy, and helps me be accountable, especially when I want to just okay, it's just done. I do a lot of inner child healing, core healing, and all of that on my own. And then I'm just okay, now it's just ready for that accountability. I know where I shoot myself in the foot every now and then, if that's a English expression. I'm from Sweden, so maybe that's just a Swedish expression. I don't know. Anyway, you get the point. Self-sabotaging. I know where I do that. I know where those weaker sides, which is not weaker sides, I just know where I need support, or when I need it, at times and at times not. So for some of you, definitely go for it and seek that support, because then you can just skyrocket as well. Okay, well, so there's a little bit with the Page of Swords. I'm actually feeling a little bit of patience. So pages are messengers, and this can be something is slightly delayed. Again, I'm being really called. These center cards has so much energy. You are just here to break these patterns and really dive into it. This is, if you've been waiting for a message that now is the time, this is the message. Now is the time. And so with that, I'm feeling that some of other things, this is interesting how this is coming in. So some other things that you've been maybe thinking about, or that is just a part of your daily something, really look into here what you're prioritizing. I feel like it's okay to delay some other things. It's more than okay to delay some other things in order to put you and your heart and your calling first, and taking the time to do so. That's what I'm feeling, taking the time to do so. I got this vision of just a blanket being put on you in a cozy way, but in a calming way. Most people that I work with, everyone that I work with in mentorships, experience this calm, many of them for the first time in their whole life. This inner peace that we don't always know is there, or that was missing until we actually feel it, because we're used to just going on hyper, your nervous system being on hyper, your third eye being on hyper, being sensitive to other people's energies, and just being so focused this way because of mostly conditioning of having to dodge things, or tiptoeing, or just sensing things in order to keep yourself safe or take care of, or other people. So this for you, I feel like I know that's not always the meaning of the, but how I'm just seeing this vision of just this blanket of like, wow, there's more inner peace than you've ever imagined there could be. And that's what happens when we turn into our soul journey, when we find ourselves, when we truly come home to who we are. And so this is just telling you to be to put that blanket on your own energy so that you can feel all the beautiful energy that's inside of you. That's the portal. That's the portal to the universe, to your higher self, however, to Mother Earth, to oneness. It's within you. So we have to lower and shut out other people's energies and collective energies and just busyness, and just create that peace. Okay? Also, as in the spiritual field, you have the Knight of Wands here. And how I see this is where you're being called to go within, to meditate, to ponder, to journal about. And with the Knight of Wands here, the way I feel this is that there's a lot of ideas, and maybe with this last full moon, I don't know about you, I definitely went through the ringer. It just really highlighted for me what I needed to do, and it was a bit challenging in terms of just like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling everything that it was like highlighted what isn't working so that I can really choose what is working. And so that's what I'm feeling, and I got just so much downloads and so much understanding with it. So that's what you're being called to really tune into these new ideas. I'm hearing the word commitment too. So again, committing to yourself, to really commit to yourself for that practice. And by the way, I do have a meditation bundle that you can buy as just a download, or as with a meditation stone as well. Anyway, so committing to that kind of practice and listening to all these new ideas and downloads that come in that every one of us know, but we have to sometimes still everything around us for the first step. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to know where it's leading you. You don't have to have the answers. That's the whole thing of the Explorer card in the middle here. Explore what's in here. All we need to know is our first step, and that is within us. That's, as I said, with that the Hierophant coming in there too. It's about, taking a course, doing a session, reading a book, taking that time to meditate for yourself. Like those are the first, those are the completely beautiful first steps. That's all you need to know. We only need to listen into what are we called to do right now and today, not putting it all out there today. Okay. So acting on that. In the action field is the Magician, and this is beautiful. This is one of the most manifestation cards in the deck. This is also what I'm getting here, making sure you have all the tools here, making sure that you use them. Okay. And I'm sensing, like most of you listening to this, I think you've been doing this for a while. And so sometimes we just need the reminder to kindly use the tools that you do know and that that you already have. Make sure that you use them. Okay. And that's the action step. So that's really, there's a lot of like go for it energy in all these, or in this whole reading. So this is making sure, and this is in the action step. So manifest what you want, but make sure that you use the tools, because that's what's going to help you manifest whatever tools they are. Okay. And then as how to perceive the future, I'm going to do outcome cards too, as usual, but how to perceive the future is the Emperor. This is you. This is stability. This is someone, regardless of gender, this is someone who is stable and know your worth, have everything kind of in order, not in a controlling, holding on way, but just like knowing that this is divine order. Everything is working out, and I have stability in who I am and what I do, and and all the steps, right? So this is to remind you, this card in the future is always a reminder of where you are going, where you are being pulled to think about yourself in this way. It's always, if you followed me for a while, you know that I talk about your next level self. And that's what we do in deep work as well. Like to manifest, we have to know, okay, who is your next level self, and to dream really big and to put all this down. Like, this is me when I'm the goddess or king or god, whatever you call it. But I am that emperor of my own life. And that's your goals, that's your dreams, but then it's about taking action. This is not someone that's just sitting and dreaming about it. He or she knows everything, single thing on how to get there, and take steps to do it as well. Let me see here. And then I want to do an outcome card. I'm seeing water and a beach too, kind of actually in the moonlight. That's beautiful. For some of you, might have, as I said, might have gotten downloads with this last full moon last week. And also what that represents is to truly go within and harness those emotions. Are our guidance system. So don't push them down, don't neglect them. Speak your needs, take action on your needs, and not only needs but wants, but how I'm feeling that is like be in tune with your emotion. Our emotions just gives us awareness for where we are. It's a guidance system, and they're beautiful. All of the emotions are beautiful. So it's really important to acknowledge your emotions and then see, okay, why am I feeling this? As I said, I go to the core of things. Why am I feeling this? What is the pattern? What is the subconscious programming that make me feel one way or another, whether that is fear coming up or sadness coming up or triggers coming up, or if there's joy and passion and all of that. That's just as important to acknowledge and not push down or not judge, because sometimes we do tend to judge our passions and dreams and all of that, and saying that it's not possible or it's not appropriate or whatever that is. Okay, so outcome card. Okay, you have going in like this and exploring will lead you to a choice. I feel like it's, that's a choice for you. You also have the whole world in your hands. So this is about taking a choice for you. So I feel like just doing this reading, I feel like too could just be taking like one step or just diving into one of these things and committing to yourself that, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And that will lead you to so much clarity. So it will be easier to make that choice of, okay, where am I called to? Some of you, it might be called to go somewhere, to do grid works, to be in a different environment that supports you more. But also just that choice about choosing you and choosing what makes you feel happy. And I think that's going to be easier once you get clarity and really listen and not just think. I know. I've done this work for decades now. I know how hard it is to make decisions, but I also know that when we do and when we make them for ourselves, especially when it's the hardest, like one of the hardest decisions in my life was when my family was passing. And it was 16 years ago now. And in those 2 years leading up to it, with sicknesses and all of that, I made some of the hardest decisions of my life to take care of me, going against everything and everyone else and culture and all of that. But that made me land in the strength and the belief in myself, because that's what I acted on. I acted on my heart and my intuition, not knowing at all where that would take me, but I acted on, okay, this is what I need to go, this is where I need to go, and this is what I need to do in order to do my healing work and choose this path through those really, really extreme conditions. And I've never looked back. I gained so much strength in myself and trust in my intuition. And in my heart. So that is here for everyone. You don't have to second guess yourself. You don't have to criticize yourself. You can land in here and live your life from here. And that's the message for you here. Anything else coming up? I am going to do one more card. The way you tend to trip yourself up the most. Oh, the Hermit. Okay, so this is why. That's why that blanket came in the beginning too. With the Hermit card, as the tripping yourself up, is that you might be hesitant to go within. You might be hesitant to do that soul searching. You might have a lot of really good in your mind excuses not to. But if you want to change your life, you have to change. You have to do something to change it, and you have to go within. If you truly want to live your dreams, this is the way to go. So just pay attention to where you have other excuses. The mind will make very rational, logical excuses to not go within. And I know that that can be scary because we go really deep within, and we go into unknown, and we go into things that we do have to look at and heal. That to me, I'm so used to it. So I'm almost the opposite at this point of like, when I see a trigger, when I see something coming, it's like, oh, I know, here's something in the way for reaching my dreams. Let's get into it and let's dive into it. And I go through and I process really, really, really fast. Sometimes in minutes, and just feeling the emotions and going with it, because I just live an intuitive life. Sometimes obviously it takes a little bit longer, but it's something that I'm really, really used to. So for me, it's like, whoa, it's an indicator rather than being afraid of it. But I know it's a journey there, and that's why I'm here to hold that space as well. So know that there's nothing, the mind makes it scary to go in and to do this work because it's deep work, but it's worth it a million times to fully live this life, to live your life. Okay, so you go for it, babe. You go for it. Step into your power here, okay? And use your creativity with the pyrite as this crystal for this pile. Use your creativity. Okay, if you want help dipping into that, and dipping into the love that is yourself, I have the Solstice ritual coming up on the 21st. It's going to be a very, very loving and calm environment to really go deep into yourself and into your heart. And from there, we'll then also do alignment steps, what is meant for you to come through. And I'll do cards and all of that in there as well. But definitely a space to just hold that beauty that is you. So a space just for you. So sign up for that one. I'm going to put the link below as well. And then definitely keep your eye out if you want support in all of this. I'm going to be having that 11 days of Christmas, and a lot of different options for you to choose from deals, and just one deal a day. Okay? Thank you so much. And now we will see. Let's see here. Moving on to pile number 2 is the Lapis Lazuli. I love it. It actually has a little bit of pyrite in it. That's the gold that you see. Lapis Lazuli is really beautiful for just that royal energy of this is me and this is how I delegate, and I know I'm fully worthy and abundant, and I have people doing things for me in their gifts so that we can do things together, but fully stepping into that commitment to yourself and creating your own life and helping in decisions as well. Anyways, that's a little bit about that crystal. So your 2 center cards are fate. Weaving your fate together. Oh, and soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Beautiful. That's why I was wondering why I said with that crystal, with the lapis, of like collaborating, because usually it's something like, oh, you have people working for you, but then I kind of course corrected myself a little bit because I felt like, but it's also about doing things together, and here it is. That doesn't usually come through with that crystal, so I just channeled there. Okay, so with these 2 center cards for you, this is about weaving together. The fate card here is that you create your life. You create your life, and because of that, your fate. So when I completely committed, it was almost to the day 3 years ago now, when I committed to that it is fully time to do my sole purpose as a business. I knew that when I started studying health education and trauma and well-being and chakras and all of that. I knew that when I started my studies back in 2004, but that's when my family got sick and then passed. So I got sidetracked, to say the least, but I didn't get sidetracked because I needed to go through that in order to be able to do the work that I do today. But what I decided 3 years ago was just this inner longing of just like, okay, it's time to do this fully. I've had my own business for 10 years, but not coaching, and I've been doing readings for for about 18 years now, but not as a profession. So this is for you. What happens, what I was going to say too, is that since then I have called in so many extraordinary meetings and peoples and situations and opportunities that I couldn't even begin to even like dream about. Yes, dream about in one way, and then what actually showed up was like, wow, I didn't know I needed it this way, and I didn't know I was supposed to be supported and helped this way. There are so many people around me at this point that are just amazing. Those are the only relationship that I have and that I keep and that I attract into my life. That is and that I keep and nurture, because it gets to be more than magical. Okay, so you get to commit to yourself and weave together your fate based on your commitment to your soul. And when you make that commitment, the universe will show you the way. The universe will pull together your soul family and your tribe and deliver them to you. Trust me, I have people all over the world that just came into my life, and it's just blown my mind of the beauty of it all. So that commitment and making it really clear with that fate card, that is truly about clarifying for yourself what lights you up, what is your passions, that sacral chakra work, as well as solar plexus, but what is your passions and what is your heart telling you, what is your intuition telling you. Also, actually, the Lapis Lazuli, talking about that, it holds a beautiful portal to your third eye, but also ancestral work. And not only ancestral work, but when we, as I said, when we connect to our soul, then our soul family comes in, both the ones that will give us the opportunity to teach us a lesson about what we need and don't need, or what we want and don't want, and maybe we need sometimes to practice to say no, and then those people will be put into our life. And then the amazing, supportive, out of this world friends, partners, mentors, coaches, colleagues, everything will be put into our life as well. So for you to clarify that energy of the feeling of how you want to live your life, not what you think is possible, but what your dreams are. If you would make a movie about your most amazing life, what would that movie be like? And then actually going for it. Okay. Beautiful. So let me feel here. So the third center card from the tarot deck then is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is really putting together, this is a general reading. So there's different energies. For some of you, you already called in your soul family or asked for it, and they're starting to show up. So you've really come to this. The Wheel of Fortune is a part of a completion. It's kind of like midway in the journey, but really making sure that you see that, wow, how far you've come already. And that more will come is a really beautiful card to just pulling everything together, which might feel like luck or fortune, right? But it's because of your commitment to yourself, and then the universe delivers when we just fully put that out there really strongly. I love using rituals for that. I have one burning for our candles today, or for, sorry, a candle burning for our ritual today. And I put herbs in there to support. And I choose color today. I have all gold because I feel like all just that goddess, king and queen vibe energy, right? I do have these in my Etsy shop too if you want a spell candle. So I usually write down like this is like in detail what it is that I want, and then I anchor that in with a ritual, and a spell candle. We'll do that in the solstice ritual on, let's say, on the 21st as well. So if you want just help in that, and you can get the supplies in my Etsy shop, and my Etsy shop is Sanctuary Within. And so with that, like really anchor that in, that this is what I want to, that this is my next step, wherever you are in your journey. And that is what brings you fortune and luck, because you've anchored it into yourself. Okay, some of you wanted some ritual work there. Let's see here. Let's move on and see the other cards. Yes. Whoa, you all wanted to come out? Nope, not that one, but that one. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Beautiful. All right. All right. So we have a few different energies here. As the medicine card, which will help you and support you with these first three center cards, is the Queen of Cups. This is very much trusting your intuition, really someone who embodies and listens to your feelings. Your feelings is a guidance system. It's a beautiful, beautiful guidance system, and depends on how you get things intuitively. All of us get it through emotions. They're always a guidance system, but you might have different ways too. But this is really a call to listen and trust your intuition, act on your intuition. We can't just listen and then not knowing what to do with it. We have to act on it so that we show ourselves and the universe that we believe in ourselves, even in the smallest thing. As I usually say, like, if you feel called to, drive another street back from work or to the grocery store or whatever, then you're different from your normal route. Do that, because who knows, maybe you'll see what you've been wanting to manifest, or maybe you missed an accident. Who knows? It doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter that if you know the outcome of it or not. The practice here is to fully act on your intuition and showing yourself that I felt like doing this, so I did it. You acknowledge yourself that way. And that way you set more boundaries too. I feel like when I said that too, is like setting boundaries so that you acknowledge how you feel. If you feel like saying no, you don't have to explain it. You just have to honor what you feel in the moment. And if that means saying no to a person or an event or whatever that is, acknowledge yourself and what you feel in the moment. That way you are kind of like patching holes in your energy where you leak energy, where you're not trusting yourself. Because if you are, or maybe you're trusting yourself but you're not acting on it, and if you keep like doing things for shoulds instead of wants, or commitments instead of wants and needs from here, then you give mixed feelings to what you actually prioritize, because you need to prioritize yourself and make that commitment to yourself in order to then receive all of it. Okay, so really follow your intuition. In the spiritual field, we had two cards coming up, and they're both fives, which means change. It's a beautiful angel number whenever you see 5 or 5 fives, or it's just showing you that change is coming, change is here. It's asking you to change something. We do have the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands here. Both of them indicate a bit of a struggle and scarcity. So with this showing up in the spiritual field, well, for one is that if you want all of this that we talked about in the beginning, you need to prioritize your alone time and your me time and meditating. Meditating is just something that we all can use every single day. because that's what bypasses our mind, that keeps us safe, that don't let us go into the uncomfortable, because that's where we need to be. We have to get out of our comfort zone in order to grow. We have to get out of our comfort zone in order to be and end up in those amazing so-called magical experiences and opportunities and people. We have to dare to take action on our intuition, even though we don't know why we're doing it. So with it showing up in the spiritual field, that might be a little bit scarcity in your spiritual practice. So commit to yourself if you really want to make that change. It's also that's going to resonate for some of you. For some of you, it's also going to be about that you are working through scarcity right now. This is something that I've had to look into really deeply, also where I come from culturally, and my family upbringing, and just the subconscious programming. I know in here that we're all abundant, that I am fully abundant and worthy and all of that, but I've had to go through a lot of looking in deeply and to reprogram my core beliefs and where I act from subconsciously. And that takes work, okay? That takes work to go in there. And so this is calling you to do that, okay? Because we operate from 95 to 99% of our subconscious. And that's why we have to make the subconscious and bring it into the conscious. And that's what we do in meditation. And that's what we do in sessions and in our being in our intuition. It's also then how we reprogram, right? To meditate it puts us in a place where we don't have to use our mind, and where we can bypass the mind and go into soul consciousness instead. So we can visualize, so we can do inner child healing, so we can do all those things to reprogram on a cellular level as well, and to not be in our mind. So for some of you, I feel like you're so in your mind here. You're so in your mind. So you're really being called to go within. Some of you too, like now this throat thing is coming up and everything is a sign. So some of you need to speak your needs and wants for yourself, as well as taking that time for your others, whatever that is in your family, or reaching out for support, whatever that is like, this is about you, and you need to prioritize that, because otherwise you just end up in this cycle of struggle and scarcity. So this is time to let go of this. This is time to reprogram this within you, okay? And that's where you're being called to meditate, to go within, to journal about, to do sessions about, all of that, okay? Life doesn't have to be a struggle. Life doesn't have to, and money doesn't equate to working more as well. We all have to just reprogram that into ease as well. If that's something that's coming up, that, oh, well, how can I make more money if I have to work harder? This was something that I had to look into a lot in my earlier business as well, because my subconscious programming was definitely like, oh, it's good to work hard, and just work hard and you'll get more money. It's like, no, we just cap ourselves and we wear ourselves out and all of this, and it just gets to be a struggle that way. So making sure that you look into any program that you have around that, so that you can break those chains and pull in, that's what we're saying, your soul tribe, make things easier, make collaborations easier, make life more fun and joyous and peaceful, but also more fun, okay, and loving together. In your action field, so here we have the Two of Cups in your action field. This is also about soul family. This is about beautiful soul contracts, working together. This is soulmate energy, however that is. I have several soulmates in my life that are here as friends, as coaches, as the most amazing and beautiful soul contracts that I could ever have imagined, that I couldn't even see was possible, even just a couple years ago. My best friend has been in my life for a long time. She came in right as my family was passing. But regardless, this is for you to take action on with the soul tribe here too. Like, if you feel called to reach out to someone or to be in a group or to be amongst more like-minded, do that. Whatever you feel called to do and take action on and visualize on as well. So you don't have to be in so much struggle. So you don't have to do things alone. You definitely don't have to do things alone. So speak your needs. People can't mind read you. So make sure that you take those steps, and then also be in those groups, do those sessions, whatever it is, be with your true soul family, not people that you might have to hold a part of you back. That's no. Okay, this is about really, if you want to fully create your dream life, you have to set boundaries. You have to cut those things and situations and habits and routines and even people out of your life, so to be fully aligned, because when you do, you leave room for the fully aligned situations and people and opportunities to come in. Okay, so that's taking action on all of that beauty that it is to work together. And then looking at your future here, I'm going to do a couple more cards, but making sure that if you go into overwhelm and feeling that, well, how can I do, if I commit to myself this way, how will my to-do list be organized? Or I have a million things that I want to do. I have a million things that I'm passionate about. With the 7 of Cups here, that can be overwhelm in that you have so many options, right? And it can be, it can feel scattered as well. So with that, coming in, as we said at the beginning too, the medicine card is the Queen of Cups, okay? Being in situations and taking time to be in your space. Because when you're just fully coming into that peace within, then you can feel into, okay, what am I meant to do right now? What am I meant to do this moment? What am I meant to prioritize today? And then trusting that when your mind might be telling you different things, always trust and act on your intuition. And if you're in the present moment, always focusing, that will help you not be so scattered. It will help you. I know how it is. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm getting a million downloads and creative ideas all the time, and that can make me feel really scattered. And then having other things that I know that, oh, this is where I want to go within and work deeper on within myself. And all of these things. I'm a mom to a little one. Like, there's all these things that we have on our to-do list, but that's when we need to sit with ourselves and say, what is my heart telling me? What is my intuition telling me to do? Focus on right now and today. And then you have to do that. I have to trust that when your mind coming in, oh, but what about this and this and this and this? And you have to be aware of where you are thinking about all these other things while you're doing one thing, because that's going to take your focus away, and then you're not going to enjoy what you're doing in the moment as much, and you're also not going to do it maybe as well, but mostly enjoying in the moment. Because when we enjoy things in the moment, that's when we start living our true life, because that's when the mundane, the everyday life gets to be beautiful and magical. And that's when we don't miss opportunities and we don't miss our soul tribe when they do come in, because we live so in the moment and trusting it and letting life bring us joy. Yeah, there will be more offers of beautiful, fulfilling opportunities here. For some of you, it might be offers of love as well, or just getting cozy if you're already in a partnership, or new things coming in, or new people coming in. But it's offers that make you feel fulfilled, whether that is in friendship and love and colleagues, in creative ideas, whatever it is. That's there for you when you make it a point for yourself, and when you commit to yourself to not be so scattered, but to focus on one thing at a time that your heart is telling you to focus on. Okay. And then the outcome card. So that's important to remember when you go like, oh my gosh, there's all these things, especially this time of year. And then we feel the collective, we're, taking in other people's energy of there's so much, hustle and for some people, it's really a really challenging time of year to have to be with family, where it's challenging conditions to be that, and whatever it is, or if you love being it, it's still, just be aware of that. It's also a frantic collective energy going on. So if you want to create your life, your energy is what is the priority. Okay, so outcome card for you. Okay, it's this coming in again. that's why this came in the spiritual field, that there is that struggle. Outcome card here is with the devil and the Four of Pentacles here. The devil is just ending up in your head again, and playing into the contracts and the patterns that that doesn't really support you, but your mind kicking you into, and some of it, most of it is subconscious, but it's also like you end up being there again. And with the Four of Pentacles too, is that's holding on a little bit too tight at times, holding on to trying to control things. That's what the mind does. We're trying to control the outcome. We're trying to control what we want in life, or who we want it and how we want it, and all of that. We can, if we truly want to if we truly want to call in our soul family and our soul journey and our fate, weaving together our true fate, we have to let go. So I feel like overall here, you have to do some mental work here. You do have to, if you want to change your situation, you do have to commit to yourself to meditate, to do the inner work, to do to make that a routine for yourself, to get the support, to do sessions, to do all of these things. You have to do that if you want to move away from this, and if you want to move away from your mind. So this might be something that you are more as a person struggling with. Since it's a general reading, it might also be that you're something that you are in right now, and that you just need the reminder of, to just like, okay, let's do something that just ignites and pushes all that out, so that you can see your truth and your energy only. Okay. And then where you tend to trip yourself up, with the Lovers card coming in here, for some of you, this is about believing that good relationship, whether that is partnership or friendship or colleagues, can be here. But these two cards are really about contracts within yourself. So these are the contracts that doesn't work, that are bound, you end up in your head about, that doesn't work for you anymore. And these are the contracts that you make with yourself. That is the most amazing contract that you can make, the commitment to yourself of, this is what I want to believe life is, and I'm choosing to believe in magic, in luck, but it's magic and luck. It's all what we make it to be. I choose to believe in my dreams, and I choose to have the contract with myself that this is my journey from now on, and this is my commitment to myself from now on. This is my contract with myself to sign off on, and to commit to, and to do, so that you can weave all these beautiful, beautiful dreams and people together. Okay, so with that coming in as stripping yourself up, I mean, the Devil card came up as the counterpart to that. So it's just telling me that making sure that you have the support that you need, if you want that you make this a routine, if you do want to get out of where you are right now, and if you do want to practice being in your heart and intuition more than in your head. Okay. And this is all, as I said, this is also subconscious programming. It's just what it is. Even if you have a really, healthy practice, sometimes we just need that boost when we're ready to up level, to really like, okay, I'm just going to double down on this now, and I'm going to double down on my own practice. I'm going to double down on my support, all of that, right? So join me in the winter solstice ritual on the 21st if you want to just have that space held for you. And also, as I said, I have 11 days of Christmas starting tomorrow. Whatever religion you subscribe to, I don't subscribe to any religion. I do have a Christmas tree, and I do love giving gifts. I have a big Leo heart that I just love all that. I love wrapping. I love handmade goods. I love supporting people's passions that way. But anyway, so giving yourself a gift. I have some of these 11 days are going to be something you can give to yourself in terms of support and loveliness, and some of it's going to be gifts that you can give to others as well. All right. Thank you so much for this reading, and it's 10:11 here now. That's beautiful as I'm recording this. Okay. So pile number 3 is actually this way, maybe. The Velvet Malachite. I love this one. I always have crystals in my pockets, what I want to enhance for the day. I have a malachite. This is a polished one. Sometimes they can be really dark green as well, but this is lovely as well. And this is a velvet one. Anyway, so this is for you, pile number 3. And your center cards are the Seeker and Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light and laying foundations and divine plan that you've been working on. Okay. You've been working on this for lifetimes, okay? What you are here, what brought you to this point, here and now today, and this is a general reading, so it's going to resonate a little bit differently, but how I'm feeling your energy here is that you've come to a point in life where you're saying yes to your soul journey. You've been working for this for lifetimes, to the point that where you are now, where you can fully break free from limitations that that has been put in place ancestrally, maybe. And this is about fully changing the foundations that is limiting you at this point, and instead coming into this energy of the divine plan of why you are here and your soul purpose. I can also feel with the Seeker here, this is seeking that soul purpose. You're probably in a space right now where you're just like ready to say yes to yourself and ready to say that, okay, I know that there is a soul purpose for me somewhere, and I'm ready to find out more about it. And the thing is that in one way we can explore that our whole life because we're just going to deepen it. But when we just get that calling, it's time to do it, and it's time to go into, meditating. And I just make sure I have guidance and coaching and support when I go through really feeling like, okay, it's time for the next step and I want to do it in rocket speed. That's when we seek out that guidance, because that's just going to help you go within. I'm also sensing here that you're someone that is probably working with or being called to work on your worthiness. Okay. Teeth for me has to do with worthiness a lot. They can be a symbol for that. So when that comes up, or if you have any problems with it, or just also because it's in this card, right? That's how I'm feeling that, is that, and this is something that we can all work on, because it's always like levels and layers of it, when we're ready to take that next step in our life, which I believe that we do, that we can do our whole life. We can always up level. It's not that, oh, this is my forever dreams and this is, this is where I want to be and get to, and then that's it. No, we always just, move and grow and move and grow if we choose to, to listen to do it and to go along with it. Let's see here. Yes, beautiful. And see these two cards too, like the High Priestess and Anna coming in here. These are beautiful, oops, sorry if that made a big noise. Very beautiful intuitive messages. This is for you to fully listen in. What is the divine is trying to talk to you. Your higher self is coming through to you and saying like, hey, it's time to do this divine. It's time to live out this divine plan. It's time to go within. What is that within you? Okay, what is your particular soul journey about? It always has to do about what lights us up and what is our passions and what is our natural gifts, okay? But it's telling you to really listen to your higher self here. What's interesting is the same card that showed up as the medicine card in another pile. I'm gonna do all cards first. Ooh, beautiful. Whoa. That's also the same position in a different pile. That's amazing. Okay. So with the medicine card here as the Page of Swords, this is ideas coming in and action coming in, but it's not fully here yet to take action on necessarily. I feel like because you have the High Priestess here and these other cards in the middle, this is about going into your intuition. So that's more of an inner journey than taking outward like action and a lot of action in the world, so to speak. So this is more focusing on your inner journey, and that might feel like something is delayed. It might also be, it takes some time for us to come into clarity of our next steps and of our soul journey, of our soul purpose. We have to just practice. When I decided to start Sanctuary Within, I had this calling of like, it's time to do this. It's time to really do it. And I didn't know how that was going to look like. So what I did know was that, okay, well, my heart always knows, my heart and intuition always guides me. So I started meditating and journaling and channeling, because I'd been channeling my family for 15 years at that point. So I was just like doubling down on those practices of like, okay, it's time to do this. And I did that a non-negotiable in my life. My little one was a little toddler at that point, and every time when she'd gone to bed, I'm a night owl, so it was easier for me to do it then. I didn't care if I got less sleep. That was a priority for me. Or if you do it in the morning or whatever it is, I made sure that I had that time for every single day. And then a little while into that period, I found a mentor or a coach. I knew I needed help and support in just clarifying these things. And she showed up. And I started my business, and I've worked with several mentors and support since then. But it's just that like sometimes it takes a little bit of time, because we also have to just slow everything down in order to fully hear our intuition and our soul. We have to slow down energies, and we have to quiet down outside energies in order to do that. So this is calling for patience for you as well here. In the spiritual field, this is the World card. I mean, with the Anna card coming up in the beginning here, like you've been preparing for this for lifetimes. So that is why I feel like you're someone that is here to complete. And I know this with every single one that I'm working with in sessions, and especially in mentorships. It's just you are all people that are here to break patterns once and for all, break ancestral patterns, break wounds and trauma, all of that once and for all, to fully come into completion. So this is about journaling about this, meditating about this. What you're just simply ready to close that chapter. So allowing yourself to do that and see how that looks for you. For some of you too, I'm feeling here as a general reading, so I'm picking up on different things, but some of you, it is going to be making clear what you don't want anymore. Okay. Sometimes that's a very good guidance to, if we're not clear what we do want, then we can see clearly, okay, we don't want this. And then we can, if we flip that around and look, what's the opposite of this then we can start to clarify what we do want. So some of you are also just, maybe feeling that you're just done with playing small, done with not knowing, done with just floating around without a clear knowing of where you're going, or done with just the general hustle of the world that makes us forget who we truly are, and our gifts and our power from within, who we truly came here to be, and the life that we came here to live in this goddess or kings and goddesses energy, right? So you're being called to see what you are completing and what you want to complete, and then take the steps. And as an action step is the Two of Cups. So this is working closely with someone. This is soul contracts in every single way. It can be it can obviously be as partners and lovers, but a friendship as coaches, as colleagues. This is what to take action on. So with the World card coming up in the spiritual field, clarify for yourself, what is it that you want to just complete in your life and not be a part of anymore, and what is it then that you want to be a part of, and taking action on seeking that guidance, seeking that support, being around the people that make you feel inspired, all of these things, okay, which might be hard now in these times, and a lot of people have to be with family that is not supportive maybe, and some people have amazing supportive family, but this is about making sure that you do what's best for you, and that you prioritize what's best for you, and that you prioritize the people that is the best for you. And in the future card here is the strength card. Okay, this is what you're going into. So sometimes it's super hard to say no and to set boundaries with yourself as well as with other people. But remember that this is what you're moving into. You have so much more strength than you think. And so as long as you just away with any distracting energy and just focus on you, and you are ready to fully step into that, the lion, the Leo queen. I know all about that. I'm a Leo sun, and just that, but we all are that, the queen of or the king of our life, and that strength that we have in here when we fully tap into this, when it's coming from here and not from here, right? When it's truly coming from here, that's the strength that sometimes we don't know it exists until we fully go into it. Okay. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, this is really hard and challenging right now, obviously, definitely seek the support. And then also know that you're just going to come out stronger, and you're going to set those boundaries because you're coming out stronger in doing so. And you're choosing you in doing so. Okay. And you're coming into your divine plan that you've been planning out for lifetimes in doing so. Let's see here. This is so interesting. You have very similar cards as both of the other readings, actually. It was so interesting. Some of you maybe listen to some, or it's just the general energy that I'm picking up on as well. So an outcome card is the Lovers. Some of you definitely with the, Two of Cups there too, are calling in love or are deepening a relationship that you're already in. For me, the Lovers is also contracts with yourself. Those most amazing loving contracts with yourself, and taking care of yourself. I need nurturing. I need to go and eat. So that maybe that was for you too. Make sure that you also do those contracts with yourself to keep your body healthy. Like I knew that this last week, to give you an example, it was a full moon, and I just signed up with an amazing coach that I know I'm just like a rocket speed up leveling right now. And I knew that, okay, that takes work, whether that is challenging or whether that is just like holding this energy of what I'm moving myself into. That takes a lot too. So I made sure I stocked up my fridge, and I made a commitment to something that I haven't, like for me, for example, I haven't used microwaves in 15, 20 years. It's just something that you can do whatever you want, but this is just an example. What is good for me. So I choose not to use a microwave because I just think that it just saps the energy out of the food. So I haven't done that. And then I moved here to this apartment about a year and a half ago, and there's a microwave here. And I started using it on a regular basis. And then the other day I was just like, what am I doing? This is not something that I want to do for me. You can do whatever. We all feel what our bodies need. So I just decided about 10 days ago, I'm like, enough of this. I know that it helps me in time and all of that, but it's just not of who I want to be and what I believe in. So I stopped it. I've used it since. And yes, sometimes it takes me 40 minutes to warm it up in the oven instead. And that's okay, because I feel like that's more wholesome for me. And I bought green juices and all of that kind of stuff. That's healthy for me. So whatever that is for you, in terms of supporting your body, and we all have different ways of supporting our body. So believe in your unique ways. Your intuition is telling you what your body needs. So don't copy me. Do whatever is good for you. Okay. So some of you definitely, make sure that you have that nurturing too. Is really, really important as we're going through up levels to support ourselves to get, adequate sleep and all of that, those things as well, right? So making really good contracts with yourself. That's the outcome when you choose to go this journey that this whole reading has been about. That's what you're getting. You're redoing the self-sabotaging contracts and the limiting subconscious, ancestral, or trauma just from your own life patterns as well, and you're breaking that into something new. Okay. Where you tend to trip yourself up as the last card here, with the Queen of Wands here, this is the go-getter. This is for some of you, it's the entrepreneur too. So maybe some of you have been thinking about starting your own business and you're not sure, to take that step. And I know how scary it is to take that step. I took that step almost close to 10 years ago now, when I started my own sewing business in that place, and that made it so much more easier when I started this, because I just jumped into it. I know how to invest in whatever I need to invest in products, and help and support to do the technical stuff, in emotional support for coaching. I know how to do that now, so I take those leaps so much easier, even if it's it's an investment in time and in money and energy. But for some of you, as this is a general reading, so this is not gonna be for all of you, but some of you trip yourself up in taking that step that you're meant to take. Okay, or maybe too, just in your work, and like really showing yourself in your work, and talking with people around you, just being more of you. Also, well, it's taking steps. So wow, yeah, some of you are just like, no, I don't want to do this right now, and that's fine. It's fine if you don't do it right now. It's always your choice. We can do our work whenever we want to, but if you fully want to go in to your soul journey and your soul purpose, you have to take those steps. And with that, this is in your action field too. Seek out that support, okay, so that you can fully be guided as you are up leveling into your next level self. Okay. If you want to help just to be in that loving, supportive energy, the winter solstice ritual that I have on Wednesday, the 21st, is that Wednesday? I think it is. The 21st will be really helpful for you. I will help hold that just really loving, peaceful energy, so you can tap into yourself. We'll do a gratitude ritual, and then also about aligning how can you just align and be more of you to set yourself up for the year to come. And we'll do cards and all that stuff as well. So join me in the winter solstice ritual for sure, for that support. And then, as I said too, 11 days of Christmas starting tomorrow, one offer per day. I have a lot of ways that you can be supported in different kind of offers and sessions and readings and products and all of the stuff, things that will never come back to the same price or the same way that I'm offering it again. So go and check on that every single day. That's going to happen in Instagram stories, not in the post. You have to go to stories every day, and in my Facebook group. So make sure that you actively go into the group and see what's posted in the morning, because it's only available till midnight that day. And I'll put the link to the solstice ritual below as well. All right. Thank you so much, lovelies, for coming here and for being in this reading, for being with me, and for walking your path. That's what I'm here to do, to help and support everyone to walk their true soul path, and to help you release and heal and alchemize anything that's in the way of having all of your dreams and living your life fully here and now. So thank you so much. I will see you next week. And before then, I will see you on Facebook and Instagram. Bye.